Hey, what's up, friends? Mike Myers here with the Songwriting for Guitar podcast, episode number 21. And this week, I want to talk to you about staying focused. Now, usually in this podcast, we talk to songwriters and we talk about their process. But today, I want to talk about your process. I want you to start to think about the things that you're doing, because when we get into this new year, everybody is filled with, I need to do all these new things. Everybody signs up for classes. They start getting books. They start getting knee deep into the thing. And then, if you're one of them, you hit the panic button because you realize you're doing too much. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're looking at all the things that you signed up for and thinking, how am I supposed to get this done? Well, guess what? If there's one thing that I've learned this entire time of doing songwriting, this time of meeting with creatives, talking with very prominent songwriters, the thing is consistency, and also, too, staying laser focused. So let's delve in. What does that mean to stay laser focused? When I have someone come into a consultation, we sit down, and they talk about all the things that they want to do, I ask them, exactly what do you want to do with songwriting? Can you tell me specifically? Are you trying to write for yourself as an artist? Are you trying to write for other people, commercial writing? Are you trying to market it towards sync licensing and get into film and television? Are you trying to just do this for your own enjoyment and just for fun? And sometimes when you hone in on those things, you just get a little bit more specific. Cool. You want to, let's say, write for other people. You want to be a commercial songwriter. That's great. What are your strengths? What are you feeling great about? Now, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably dabble in guitar. You may consider yourself an intermediate player. Either way, you're probably leading musically in your co-writes. So ask yourself, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like you have enough variation in techniques? Do you have different strumming patterns that you can access? Do you feel like you have a wide variety of different voicings you can use for multiple genres? Now, if the answer is no, that's okay. Do not worry. You don't have to freak out. You just have pinpointed something that you need to work on. So let's take one of those three things, voicings, strumming, techniques. Out of those three, let's pinpoint one of them. Let's go to voicings. Do you feel like you can communicate a very simple chord structure multiple ways that have different feelings? That if you want to write something that has this pop element, you understand which voicing is going to gravitate towards that. When you write something that is slightly, Americana, that you know the voicing that you need to go for. When you write something that feels slightly cinematic, you know how to convey that. Even if the guitar is not going to be the final element that's placed and recorded in the song, do you feel like you have the capability to capture that in your write? Now, my goal is not to add to the stress. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give you an example of far too often we just consume, but we never spend time to really focus and let certain things settle in with us, to really develop it. And what I find is when clients, students, songwriters focus on a very specific area and technique of guitar, because at the heart of it, when you're a songwriter and you're using that guitar to convey your songs, guess what? You need to have the mindset of a guitarist. And if you're saying, I just use it for songwriting, you're holding the guitar, you are a guitarist. You need that mentality. Because when you adapt that to your playing and to your songs, guess what? They go to a whole nother level. You are no longer just clunking on the same chords, doing the same thing. You are adding new elements into your playing and your songs, and those are the songs that stand out. Those are the songs, and those are the people that become versatile in writes. Those are the people that essentially become invaluable in writing. Those are the people that are sought after. And guess what? You're one of those people. Okay, so we've done some examples, but how do we put this into practice? How does this become a thing that is a habit that you show up for every single damn day? Well, at the beginning, it is gonna feel forced. And you know what? That's okay. And I'm not saying an hour. It's surprising because sometimes people are like, I did an hour, and I'm like, that's too much. I would rather you tell me, hey, Mike, I did a half hour 5 times a week. consistently showed up in those 5 times and I was focused. Sometimes in our practices, it's not focused. Maybe the first 20, 25 minutes is, and then it starts to go down the tubes and you look at the clock and then you go, I'll do a little bit longer, and then you kind of play a couple different things. And at the heart of it, it never really was focused. It just kind of meandered and just kind of flip-flopped between things. But if you can do a truly focused half-hour practice 5 times, and let's say you focused on voicings for 1 month and you showed up consistently 5 times a week for a half hour, hell yeah, you're going to get better. And what if you moved on to the next technique from there and you started to vary your strum patterns and sit down and be like, I'm going to make a commitment to the metronome and start playing with it. And you did that for another month. Would you get better with your rhythm and timing? Hell yeah. Is it going to be noticeable? Absolutely. Are people going to take notice? Your co-writers be like, what are you doing differently? Is there going to be a confidence when you play because you now have something to back up your playing with? Yes. So make a commitment to yourself in 2021. Make a commitment that you are going to stay focused in your guitar skills, because you know at the heart of it, that is going to improve your writing. Yes, lyrics, melody, insanely important, but your guitar skills are equally important. If you are looking for specific things to work on, a set plan, a set guide, just head on over to songrangforguitar.com. I have a ton of free resources. The first one I have is the Songrang Guitar Quick Start Guide. That is going to be one thing that you can start adding into your practices, that you can show up for every single day, that is going to give you a set system to start practicing and implementing. All right, that does it for this week's episode. It was edited and produced by Chris Fafalius. I'm Mike Myers. Thanks for listening.